Beginning with the Obama administration, many have pointed out the supposed divide between Israeli government officials and United States Democrats. And with Democratic lawmakers taking up opposition to several of President Trump's decisions in the region, which Israel largely views favorably, the rift would appear to be growing. Well, here to look at the evolving relationships between Israel and the American left is two-time former Israeli ambassador to the United States, Zalman Shoval. Thank you so much for coming in.
Thank you for having me.
So my first question, the Pew Research survey back in January said that the partisan divide in support for Israel is wider than at any point since 1978, with the Democrats polling in favor of Palestinians and Israelis about equally at 25%.
I would say some Democrats polling in favor. I wouldn't generalize, but okay. I would say the following: that Israeli aspirations, Israeli security, should never be the object of American politics, because obviously what's happening in America right now under the Trump administration, and even before, was this divide between Democrats and Republicans on different issues. And Israel has, for some reason or other, become also an object of that, which is wrong for Israel. It's wrong for the bipartisan approach we always had. And we should make an effort, we and friends of Israel in both parties in America, to get back to where we were all the time. We are not part of American politics. We don't support one party against the other. We have our Israeli interests at heart.
So, but again, then, where did that come from, that Israel became so synonymous with the American right or the Republican Party?
Well, I think it's not only the American, I wouldn't even put it the American right.
Sure.
But I'd say perhaps those Americans, whether they're Democrats or Republicans, who have a picture of what's happening in the Middle East, which is more akin to the way we see it and or the Saudis see it. Looking at Iran as an existential threat to our existence and matters of that sort. The Obama administration, although on certain, I would say, basic security issues, was all right with Israel. But the big picture, the larger picture, what's happening in the Middle East? Why are the Iranians all of a sudden bordering on Israel? Why are the Russians all of a sudden in Syria? On these issues, there was a big divide. And I think President Obama, at least that's the way many Israelis see it and many American Jews see it, whether they're liberal or not, the Obama administration, almost from day one, took certain anti-Israel or not friendly to Israel attitudes. For instance, the Cairo speech, not coming to Israel, not coming to Jerusalem, the attempts which President Obama made in order to achieve a rapprochement with the Iranians, not taking into consideration our fears and our concerns. So there was a certain built-in feeling from the very beginning, and it became, unfortunately, an American political issue for those who wanted to support Obama. But there was even points in time where the Obama administration was linked to directly manipulating, say, Israeli politics, or for the V-15 campaign. That's right, but not for the first time, and Obama wouldn't be the first to do it.
Of course.
We have seen similar things under the both Republican, Bush the father, and Democrat, Clinton, trying to have an influence. I don't want to call it manipulating, but having an influence on election.
It's the same with Obama. He tried to manipulate.
Right, exactly. To have an influence on election outcomes.
Yeah. All right, well, what do you mean, and this is for our final question, how would you approach the supposed hijacking of liberal campaigns, or not even liberal campaigns, but civil rights campaigns like the women's rights movement or even Black Lives Matter, hijacking that with pro-Palestinian causes? I
think you call it rightly hijacking, because there's always been, the Democrats are a liberal party, although there used to be very hawkish liberals and hawkish Democrats as well. But I think this is a certain trend which you see in Europe today, with the center-left, especially with the more extreme left, taking a pro-Palestinian, very often an anti-Semitic position. And there are certain indications that this may be happening in the Democratic Party in America as well. Hopefully it can be prevented, because most American Jews, or many American Jews, feel themselves linked historically with the Democratic Party, but not with the Democratic Party, which goes against Israel and the Jewish people.
All right, well, we'll have to pay close attention to see what happens. Thank you very much for coming back.
Thank you very much for having me.